So, bye. Do you guys remember just yesterday when you said something to me and I instantly stayed mad at you? Well, maybe I didn't lash out on everyone here, but I'm sure one of you guys have experienced this with me within the last week. Today I'm going to inform you guys about defensive communication and how to improve it. I found this topic important because it proves to be a problem in many of my relationships, and I know it drives most of you guys crazy. I have dealt with this issue firsthand and have researched this topic plenty in order to find ways to improve it. With that being said, today I'm going to inform you of defensive communication in my relationships, how being a defensive communicator can give my friends and family the wrong idea about me, and how to improve my way of communicating. In relationships, it's like a ping pong type of communication. One person says another thing and the other says something back. Sometimes it can lead to be bad and defensive and cause fights. I learned this from watching a video titled Non-Defensive Communication for Couples on March 5th, 2014. In my relationships, I've had plenty of instances where it's ping pong communication and it's just back and forth and somebody ends up leaving or it turns into a fight easily. It escalates very quickly. Next, I will inform you of how defensive communication can give peers the wrong idea about you. Being a defensive person can often give friends or family members the wrong idea about you. The speaker and listener have drastically different perceptions about the meaning of a message. Without knowing your intention, or if you lack the interpersonal skill to frame an authentic message well, the listener may think you're rude and no longer wish to continue any sort of relationship with you, much less a productive conversation. I often have this problem myself, and I learned this from reading an article on Inc.com written by Sarah Fenton titled "Get Your Point Across Without Being Rude," last updated in July of 2007. I often have this problem and it's difficult to control, but I've been working on controlling it. Peers have often told me that I'm impossible to talk to and it just gets too heated too easily. Next, I will give tips on how to improve my defensive communication. It can be difficult to not get defensive while communicating, but I found the following tips very helpful. I learned these tips from reading an article in Forbes magazine written by Sarah T. in November of 2012. Listen with your eyes as well as your ears, so always look at who you're talking to, make eye contact, and have good body language and show you're interested. And understand what's being said, and if you don't get what's being said, then ask questions. Also, you can check out any assumptions you might be making. Don't jump to conclusions, and most importantly, think before you speak. Now I have informed you of how defensive communication is used in relationships, how defensive communication can give peers the wrong idea, and how to improve defensive communication habits. I hope after listening to what I have to say, you will notice the difference in me, and that I can begin to use my own tips to improve my ways of communicating. Being a defensive or argumentative person at times makes me a strong person, but at other times has the ability to ruin relationships. I hope after all of my research, I will be able to fix my problem.